You just handed your company's payroll or your customer's data to an outside vendor. So here's the uncomfortable question. How do you actually know their controls are any good? You can't send your own auditors into their building. Your auditor can't test a system they can't see. That exact problem has an elegant solution, the SOC report. And it's the capstone that ties this entire series together. In this video, part 1, the SOC landscape. Welcome back. For this whole series, we've studied controls, general controls, application controls, security, disaster recovery. Now we reach the report that puts all of it together and hands it to the outside world, the SOC report. I'm Professor Lamptey. This is a two-part topic. In part 1, the landscape, the problem SOC solves, the 3 players, the 3 report types, SOC 1, 2, and 3, and the crucial type 1 versus type 2 distinction. In part 2, we go inside an actual report. Let's build the map first. Start with the setup. Write these 3 roles down. A service organization is a company you outsource a function to. Our cloud payroll provider, a data center, a SaaS vendor. A user entity is the customer that relies on it. That's our company. And a service auditor is the CPA firm that examines the service organization's controls and reports on them. Here's the problem. Our provider might serve 1,000 companies. 1,000 customers can't each send auditors to inspect it. That's chaos. So instead, one CPA examines the provider once and issues one trusted report that all 1,000 customers can rely on. That report is a SOC report. Audit once, trust many. So let's define it. SOC stands for System and Organization Controls. It's a suite of reports from the AICPA, performed by a CPA under attestation standards known as SSAE 18, in which the service auditor examines and reports on the controls at a service organization. This is a genuine CPA product, an attestation engagement, right alongside the financial statement audit. It's a major reason accountants work in technology. And there isn't just one SOC report. There are 3, each answering a different question. Let's meet them. SOC 1 answers. Are the provider's controls that could affect our financial statements reliable? SOC 1 report covers controls at the service organization relevant to the user entity's internal control over financial reporting, ICFR. Why does payroll matter here? Because our cloud payroll provider processes numbers that flow straight into our financial statements. If their controls are weak, our numbers could be wrong. So SOC 1 is written for a specific audience, our company's management and, above all, our financial statement auditors, who rely on it to sign off on our books. It's restricted use, not for the public. SOC 2 answers a different question. Are the provider's controls over security and data solid? SOC 2 report covers controls relevant to the 5 trust services criteria, and you already know these from our privacy video: security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. So SOC 1 is about the money, financial reporting. SOC 2 is about the data, security, and operations. If our provider stores sensitive customer data, we'd want their SOC 2 to know they protect it. SOC 2 is detailed and restricted use, shared only with knowledgeable parties like customers and regulators, usually under agreement, because it exposes how the system works. SOC 3 answers the same question as SOC 2, security and the trust services criteria, but for a different audience. A SOC 3 report is general use, a short, public-facing summary the provider can post on its website or hand to anyone, with no detailed description of the tests and results. Think of it as the marketing version of a SOC 2, same subject, but a seal of trust for the general public instead of a detailed report for experts. SOC 2 for the people who need the details, SOC 3 for everyone else. Let's put the 3 side by side. This comparison is exam gold. SOC 1, subject is financial reporting controls, ICFR. Audience is user entities and their auditors, restricted use. SOC 2, subject is the trust services criteria, security and data. Audience is knowledgeable parties like customers and regulators. Restricted use and detailed. SOC 3. Same subject as SOC 2, the trust services criteria, but general use, public, and summarized. The fastest way to keep them straight: SOC 1 is money, SOC 2 is data for experts, SOC 3 is data for everyone. Nail that and you can answer most SOC questions on the exam instantly. Now, the second distinction the exam loves, and it applies to both SOC 1 and SOC 2, Type 1 versus Type 2. A Type 1 report tests whether the controls are suitably designed as of a single point in time, a snapshot on one date. It answers, on paper, are the right controls in place? A Type 2 report goes much further. It tests the design and the operating effectiveness of the controls over a period of time, typically 6 months to a year. It answers, did the controls actually work consistently, day after day? A Type 1 is a photograph. A Type 2 is a movie. Type 2 is far more rigorous and far more valued because a control that looks good on one day but fails the other 364 is worthless. When our company evaluates that provider, we want the Type 2. For the exam, lock in 3 things. 1. The 3 players. The service organization is examined, the user entity relies, and the service auditor, a CPA, reports. 2. The 3 reports. SOC 1 is financial reporting controls. SOC 2 is the trust services criteria for knowledgeable parties, and SOC 3 is the general use public version. 3. Type 1 is design at a point in time. Type 2 is design and operating effectiveness over a period, and Type 2 is the rigorous one. Get those, and you understand why SOC reports are everywhere in modern business. They're how trust gets audited once and shared with the world. And they're a career door. This is CPAs doing technology assurance. 60-second recap. A SOC report lets one CPA examine a service organization's controls so its many customers can trust them without auditing it themselves. SOC 1 covers financial reporting controls. SOC 2 covers the trust services criteria for knowledgeable parties. SOC 3 is the general use public seal. And Type 1 tests design at a point in time, while Type 2 tests operating effectiveness over a period, the rigorous one. Now here's your call to action. If this made the SOC landscape finally click, hit that subscribe button so these ISC lessons come straight to you. Give the video a like to help another student find it, and drop a comment with the one SOC term you always mix up. I read every one. In part 2, we open an actual SOC report and walk through exactly what's inside: the assertion, the opinion, the description, and the tests. Study hard, and I'll see you in the next one.